I have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
You think that, Patty?
I agree.
All right, listen, I want to start with this. Oh, what a night. Watching Tottenham on a Tuesday night. You play first because you're fucking shy. What a feeling, what a night. You can't then tell me that two players go out and you strengthened as well, and then all of a sudden your whole season crumbles. It's crazy. And to me, if Arsenal don't make top 4 this season, that is one of the biggest bottle jobs in recent Premier League history. But imagine me then turning around and saying, oh, you guys are celebrating today, but 3 weeks ago you were unhappy. That's football. But it doesn't make you a flip-flop fan.
Yeah,
You're actually enjoying I'm not happy, man. I was underwhelmed. I was quite shocked when he was when we were linked to him. I mean, we had some big hitters in there originally, Conte, Poch, you know, so then to be then linked with Nuno and for him to get the nod over all the other guys.
Grin. Almost as big as he is, because he's like 6'5". Very good friend, very good person. Previously of our channel friends Views TV is the one and only Patrick Tyrant.
Yes, what's happening, people? It's your boy Patrick Tyrant, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, see the P. When you see the P, now represents T. Let's go. I think we're live. Yeah, man. I think we are live. Yes, what's going on? It's Chatty Patty back in the building. I told you guys I was going to bring you regular content week in and week out from now on to the end of the season, business end of the season, and I'm sticking to my word, man. So obviously last week, you guys helped me reach a massive milestone, 500 subs, which is amazing. Yeah, like I've only posted 9 videos on this channel, and to already be at 500 subs is fantastic. So I'm well past that now. So thank you very much. I am extremely humbled and grateful, and it's been a brilliant journey. So yeah, like let's go. Let's get to the next 500. Hopefully it'll be a lot quicker because I will be uploading content week in and week out. Business end is where all the fun starts, where the action is, and you know, I mean, I'm here to like, you know, bring you guys along for the ride and all of that good stuff. So yeah, man, thank you for everyone tuning in. I think we're up to like 40 people, which is great because I don't even post. Like I said, hit that notification bell, lock in, because life is sporadic, life is random, and I just upload as and when. So it's great that people are already tuning in, because if you have that bell, then you're gonna know when I go live. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, happy bank holiday Easter Monday. You know, like when it's a long weekend, you kind of forget what days it is. So obviously Good Friday, Saturday, Sunday, bank holiday Monday. Spurs played on Saturday. Gonna get into all of that and all that good stuff. And yeah, like I said, man, thank you very much. As you can probably see it down here, 500 subs. I am extremely grateful and humbled. And yeah, man, it's good. It's good stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's good stuff. Yeah, like that's all I can say really, and it's good. It's nice when people appreciate the effort that's being put in. It's nice when people want to subscribe to the channel. It's nice when people want to tune in, comment, and share. So yeah, if you like it, if you're enjoying it, share it with your people. Comment, hit the like. Obviously, yeah, notify yourself and all of that. So like I said, 500 subs last week, brilliant. YouTube sent me a notification as well, just to say that I'm there. I need to get that fucking, sorry, excuse my French. Yeah, there you go. So 500 subs. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to do some like housekeeping and stuff. It's been a busy week. So I was at Sam Corner. Shout out to Sam. He's a really good guy, and met him on Last Word on Spurs. We follow each other on like Instagram and also on Twitter, and he was doing a fantastic thing for the community. So what he's done is he's worked closely with Tottenham Food Bank, and what that means is that he So I don't know if you know who Sam Cornish is. Basically, if I rewind, he takes like pictures at the stadium and outside Tottenham, and he's a fantastic photographer. So he's a big Spurs fan, and he's also just great with his camera. And it kind of like takes you back to like Instagram when it first came out, when it was pure and it was just about the photos and the photography and the art, and it wasn't all just about likes and people uploading stuff to get attention. Like he's taken it back to what Instagram was when it first came out. It's about the art and the beauty of photography and capturing things in the right image and all of that stuff. And yeah, he's using his platform to do good, basically. And so what he did is on Saturday at the Beehive, which is a local, everyone that pretty much goes to the games and is from the community will know that the Beehive is one of the pubs that you pretty much go to before or after the game, sometimes both. It's a great hub for Spurs fans to chill out, gather, congregate, all of that stuff. So what Sam did is he basically let everyone know that he was going to be there taking pictures, and you could donate as freely, as much as or as little as you wanted to. And every proceed, everything went to the local food bank. So it's quite cool. That is the QR code. Hit me up if you want, it might not be that clear. You might not be able to screenshot and take it from there. So if you want me to send it to you, just hit me up, DM me, hit me on the comments, and I'll send you the code. Because obviously you can donate as well. Even though Sam hit his target, which is fantastic, every little penny helps. So by all means, if you guys want to, you don't have to. It'd be great if you could also donate for that as well, or to that. And funny enough, on the day, that was just me being a bit of a geek, and Sam was taking pictures. And shout out to these guys. I don't actually know who they are, so if anyone's tuning in and knows them, shout them out. Really cool guys. And Sam was taking a picture of them, and so I took a picture of Sam taking a picture. So yeah, man. But I got pictures taken. So did a lot of people on the day. So you probably will see that on Sam's Instagram and Twitter feed at some point. Once I get my pictures sent to me, I'll post them as well. But just thought I would touch on that, because I thought it was a really honourable thing that Sam's doing. And it's great when people use their platform for good, do you know what I mean? So hopefully he'll be able to help out a lot of local people. As we know, times are tough right now, and, the cost of living is mental. So things like this really do go a long way. And like I said, I was on Last Word on Spurs with Sam last week, and I said that I find it really heartwarming when people use their platform and their channel to bring people together and also help out. So shout out to Sam, man. It's massive. And that's why I thought before I start the pod, I would just touch on that. And I also wanted to touch on Richarlison, who over the international break was really brave, candid, opened up about what he's been going through. He's been depressed. He's been suffering mentally. And obviously that's taken a toll on his performances on the pitch. But basically after the World Cup where Brazil crashed out, they were one of the favourites, and Richarlison scored one of the goals of the tournament, but then Brazil just as a team didn't really click and they didn't get it together. And him as the leader, number 9, obviously he felt a lot of weight on his shoulders. And he just said that even though, he's a footballer and people may feel he's got the world at his feet and everything, he just felt depressed. He literally after training, he would go straight back into his room, didn't want to come out, didn't want to socialise. It hit him hard and he felt like quitting and speak to his dad. He broke down, and he just said that he reached out and he got help. And there was a stigma about young men reaching out and getting help and talking to others. And he just said that him getting help was one of the best things he could do. So he was just basically opening up and saying to anyone else, don't feel ashamed or don't feel the stigma, reach out. And I urge anyone to do so. And obviously, I know it's hard opening up, male, females, whichever, but you lot may not know me personally. A lot of people do know me personally. Some of you may not. But by all means, if you feel that you can't open up and talk to people around you for fear of being judged, hit me up, man. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather try and help as much as I can and, and be a voice of reason or just a soundboard or someone for you to vent to than things possibly derailing and going out of control. So a bit of a different opening to my podcast today. But at the end of the day, this is a forum for us to chat and mingle. And, football is life for a lot of us, but also life is life. And there are bigger things than football. So, yeah, just by all means, reach out, do what Richie did, talk about it. I know sometimes life can be hard and things can be it can feel like, everything's against you. But like Richarlison said, he reached out, he got some help, and it was the best thing he could do. So, yeah, that's it, really. You know what I mean? So yeah, but like I said, as I keep saying, I never do my intro, so I'm going to do it just for the people that are tuning in for the first time and don't know who I am. My name's Patrick Tyrant, aka Chatty Patty. So yeah, what's happening, people? It's Patrick Tyrant, aka Chatty Patty, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, you see the P. When you see the P, now it represents T. Let's go. And it was a decent weekend, to be fair. You know, it was a nice summery holiday. Like, it felt like it's like spring is here now. Do you know what I mean? It felt like spring is here. And we played Luton on Saturday, so the onus was on us to get 3 points after the big mess up last week where we basically just capitulated against Fulham. Really set ourselves back after beating Aston Villa 4-0 and then going away to Fulham, to Craven Cottage, and losing 3-0. So it was a bit of a bummer, bit of a stink fest. And the only way to get it right was to basically get 3 points against Luton, a team that obviously everyone expects us to win, but a team that's fighting for their lives. I said on a few podcasts last week that I actually really like Luton, and if I had to pick a second team, they would be my second team. They're literally just down the road from us in Tottenham. They play a good brand of football. They're brave. They've fought hard, tooth and nail, against all the big teams. Like, they've not been embarrassed. We just about beat them 1-0 in the game at their place where Basuma got sent off just before half time. Arsenal beat them 4-3, and that was like a thrilling game. I think they drew 3-3 with Liverpool, if memory serves me correctly. They just about lost to Man City. You know, that against all the big teams, they've really, really put in a shift, and I really like them. And yeah, like, obviously I want them to stay up, but not at our expense. And we've got our own story to tell. We've got our own fight. We've got our own, we're trying to get top 4, obviously. Aston Villa are looking really good at the moment. It's going to be between us and them, in my opinion. And obviously, we need all 3 points. So, yes, I like Luton. Yes, I want them to stay up, but not, at the expense of us and getting 3 points. So, going into the game, I felt pretty confident. I felt like we couldn't get any worse than what we did against Fulham. And I thought that there would be a bounce back. And I thought that the players will have a point to prove, especially after... It's always annoying when you have a bad result just before international break, because then it just has a long time for you to mull and fester on it. And obviously, after getting smashed, you want to just get right back at it. And obviously, we couldn't because of the international break. So yeah, we went into the game feeling pretty confident. I can't say, I must say, most people didn't expect us to not get 3 points against Luton. But as you know, in this league, nothing's a given. You have to show up and fight for every point. At business end of the season, pretty much most teams in the league are fighting for something. There's only a few teams there you'd probably say they've not got really much to play for now, like maybe your Crystal Palaces. Even then, like even your Fulhams and your other teams, they're trying to still get into Europe through the back door. So pretty much most teams have got something to play for. So it's still a really interesting league, which is great for everyone because it just means that every game means something. But yeah, going into the game against Fulham, these were the lineups. So for us, it was pretty standard. Vicario, Pedro Porro, Romero, Dragusin are still playing because Mickey van der Ven, the good news is he was back on the bench. But, with a game literally tomorrow, so games coming thick and fast, he may not have been 100%. So there's no point rushing him in a game with all due respect that we were expected to win. So yeah, Dragusin still stepped in at centre back, and then you had Destiny Udogie on the left hand side, Basuma and Pat Matasar in the middle, which was expected. Kulusevski starting on the right, Maddison through the middle as a number 10, as standard. Timo Werner on the left, and Heung-min Son on through the middle, so as the number 9. So pretty much standard. The only thing you'd probably say is that maybe it was harsh on Brennan Johnson. Getting dropped to the bench, but with rotation and like I said, in games coming thick and fast, you can understand, Timo Werner coming in. No one's really gonna argue too much about that. I will get into Timo Werner as well. Gonna ask you guys your thoughts. I'm gonna say what I think about him so far. But yeah, we'll get back into that. So pin that for now, and we'll come back to that. And then for Leicester, geez, I said Leicester. I've been watching pretty much Championship football all day today. It's been a nice chill day, and I've just been catching up on the Championship. I don't really get to watch that much of it, but it's been on since 12:30 today, and I watched Leicester versus Norwich, and I've watched a few other games. And literally after this, when I finish streaming, I'm going to watch the Leeds game, Leeds versus Hull. There's been some good games in the Championship. I caught the back end of the Southampton versus Ipswich game, which was a thriller, and Ipswich won it late on. So yeah, it's looking crazy down there, man. Looking crazy. Literally, it can change like the top three, the top two, are literally changing game by game. So very interesting, and obviously, again, as it's coming to business end, it's fun to start taking a look at that and see who could potentially be coming up and playing us next season. But anyway, I digress. Back to Luton, who came up through the playoffs last year. They had Kaminsky in goal. Izzo Kabore, they played a back three, back five. So Mengi down the middle as the middle centre back. Reece Burke on the right hand side. Luke Berry as the right wing back. Apanzu and Ross Barkley in the middle of the pitch. Alfie Doughty, probably Doughty, how you say it. Really good player. I like him, man. He's looked really good every time I've watched him. He was a bit of a doubt before the game, but he did play. Naturally, you're always going to try and play your strongest team against one of the big boys, and he played quite well. Chong and Townsend just behind Carlton Morris is the number 9. So yeah, game started quite brightly, but annoyingly they took the lead, and concerningly again, another game without a clean sheet. Another game at home without a clean sheet. I'll reiterate and say that again, and I'm just finding it mental at the moment that we just can't keep clean sheets. And that's, for me, it's a bugbear, because even though we conceded really early, we conceded in the 3rd minute against Luton. So a bit of a sloppy play. We gave the ball away. Dragusin, in my opinion, could have closed down his man a bit quicker. I can't remember who, but someone fizzed the ball. I think it was Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley then laid the ball into Chong. Chong kind of like cut in, shot it through Pedro Porro's legs. Vicario, unsighted, was never going to get to it. Nice, precise drilled shot into the corner. And they went up 1-0 in the 3rd minute. So everyone was like, we're in the stadium, like, here we go again. So it's not like, sometimes when you concede, you're like, oh man, it's going to be one of those days. I didn't really feel like that. I thought that we'd still have more than enough to get back into the game, but it's just annoying that we just can't keep clean sheets. And it's always annoying that we have to come back off the, we're literally playing off the back foot then. So yeah, that happened. And then pretty much it was one-way traffic. Werner in the 14th minute, I thought he was brilliant. He cut inside, cut outside. He kind of some really good footwork, and then he rinsed Kabore. But Werner being Werner, and I get into it, dragged the shot wide. I thought he had to score. 1-on-1 with the keeper. All you had to do was hit it hard and low and get it on target. Essentially what Chong did for their goal. But the problem with Werner is that he's not clinical. And we might as well talk about it now. So with Werner, I feel like when he first came into the league, he looked really good, direct, got a few assists and goals straight away. But since then, it's just like you're kind of seeing, what you see is what you get now. We're kind of seeing the Werner that we've known his whole career. Bright, causes problems, but the end product is lacking. And against Luton on Saturday, that's what I saw. I just saw a few opportunities when he had a chance to really do something. He just fluffed his lines, and he was quite frustrating. And these are the moments against these kind of teams where you expect your wingers to make a mark and actually, like he should have scored, in my opinion. So am I being too harsh, or do you guys feel that? Yeah, what are your thoughts? A lot of people are saying 15 million is a no-brainer, but I hear that. But then also at the same time, that 15 million can be used plus some, to buy a better player if that's the case. So, the jury's still out for me. We still got 9 games left, so let's see what happens. But as it stands right now, I was really, when he first came in, I was really impressed against Manchester United. I thought he was brilliant. I can't remember who the other guys were, but he was playing some really good football. And now as the weeks have kind of gone on, I'm just seeing that, I'm not sure. So at the moment, I'm kind of like teetering towards not renewing or not signing them on. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I just don't think that, even if you talk about bench options, you could get better bench options than Werner if he's like 27, 28, not really going to improve on what you're seeing. And if this is, Werner getting up to speed, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't lie to you. So yeah. AP says Luton deserve to stay out. They play a good brand of football. I'm with you. I agree. I like them. I like them. I like how honest they are. I like that they play a good brand of football. I like that they're not just trying to... Well, they did time waste, let's be real. Let's have it right. They did time waste. They did do a bit of the dark arts, but you know, it's fair play. That's to be expected. But they've given as good as they get at their home ground, and yeah, I like them, man. I do. When you look at the other teams, like for example, Burnley being absolutely crap. What is it? Sheffield United have been absolutely woeful, and then there's a few other teams that you're just not sure. You know, your Evertons, your Lutons. Who else is around that? Nottingham Forest. You're just not sure who's gonna. It's gonna be one of them guys that go down. So I do hope Luton do stay up, but obviously, you know, it's up to them to solidify their space and carry on. But yeah, they've had a tough run of fixtures. I mean, they got Arsenal next. Let's hope and pray that they get something against Arsenal. That would be brilliant. But if we're being honest, I don't really see them getting anything out of that. Arsenal, the Emirates, during the midweek fixtures. It's going to be a tough one, but yeah. And then, to be fair, it was a first half where we huffed and puffed. We had some good moments. Son teed up by Kulusevski in the 19th minute. The ball hit both posts, and I'm like, I just couldn't understand how it didn't go in. Then Werner had his shot blocked, and then Pat Matasar literally rifled it in, and it was blocked off the line by Mengi. So, you know, when that happened, I'm like, oh, is it going to be one of those days? Like, it was harder for us not to score than to score. But, you know, obviously we kept going, we kept pushing. There was a few boos at halftime, just because obviously we're just frustrated that we didn't get at least a goal and get back on the score sheet. So the good thing about Ange Postecoglou in this game is that he made a positive change at halftime. Kulusevski was not really in the game. He kind of got nullified. I'm not sure what happened. He wasn't really his usual self. He wasn't finding the ball, to be fair, and he just didn't seem to be in the game. So I thought Ange made a good call, took him off at half-time, and they brought on Brennan Johnson. And Brennan Johnson was fantastic. His pace, his directness, getting in behind, and literally from the minute one, from the 46th minute for him, he just caused Luton all sorts of problems. And then in the 50th minute, he got the ball, crossed it, a beautiful cross into that danger zone, into that area of uncertainty, you know, the 6-yard box, just across the 6-yard box, too far out for the keeper to really come and get it, but obviously, you know, close enough for it to be a threat. Kabore was on the back stick, well, just before the back stick, and he had to deal with it, because if he didn't, Werner had a tap in at the back stick or the back post. Kabore fluffed his lines and messed his feet up. And hit it into his own, you know, own net, and own goal 1-1. And yeah, 50 minutes left, 50 minutes on the clock. So you have 40 minutes left, and you're like, yeah, cool, game on. And it's pretty much of the same. It was a good game. Whilst watching it, I felt frustrated, and I just felt like, oh man, is it going to be one of those days? But when I watched it back, after you know the emotions are gone, you kind of know what's going to be, like what the score's going to be. I felt that we were quite comfortable, to be fair. There's some good patterns of play. The substitutions were positive. I thought Bentancur and Lo Celso, when they came on, they worked really well as a tandem. They did well to open up Luton. And there were some good patterns of play. Porro, Johnson, Basuma, Lo Celso, Bentancur all caused a lot of problems. And I think it was in the 86th minute, it was a great break for our second goal. So Son picked the ball up in our own box, in our own penalty box, dribbled and drove straight at the Luton defence. He then passed it to Werner. Werner, crossed it into the box. Johnson got the ball, literally stabbed it back to Son, laid it off to him on a plate. Son, bang, took a shot, got a deflection, but it was on target, and it went in, and it was 2-1, and pretty much that was it, game over. So a brilliant bit of football, some nice passages of play, controlled the game in the sense of 70% possession as opposed to Luton's 30%. The XG was 2.99 as opposed to their 0.52. So they well exceeded their XG, and we underperformed on that XG. Our XG on open play was 2.91. So again, we created a lot of chances. We was unlucky not to score. And talking about that, what do you guys think of this? Because I thought it was mental. In the stadium, I thought there's no way that's not a goal. And it's literally, this must be the closest you've ever seen to a goal not being given. So let me remove, 1 second. Let me move that comment off the screen just so you guys can see it. But yeah, so look how close that is. Literally millimeters. like a smidget of the ball is not over the line, so they didn't give it. So this is when I think it was in the, let's go back to my notes. It was in the 77th minute. So yeah, Lo Celso teed up Brennan Johnson. It was a really good build up. Dragusin passed the ball to Dragusin dribbled, passed the ball to Werner. Lo Celso then back to Werner, back to Lo Celso, Lo Celso to Johnson. So he I think he fizzed it in. And to be fair, it came at Johnson really quickly, but Johnson, if we're being super critical, he could have hit it just a bit further to the right or to the left into the corner. It would have been obviously an instant goal, but he hit it at the keeper. Keeper had a strong wrist, kept it out. The ball then somehow, I just don't know how, didn't cross the line. Well, I think it did cross. I'm not sure what happened, if it did or didn't. And Doty, the left wing back, kept it out. But yeah, look how close that is, man. That's insane. So yeah, on another day, honestly, it could have been 3 or 4. Like, you had the Son chance where it hit both of the post. Sar's shot was blocked off the line. This one, the ball almost didn't go over the line. And then there's a few other opportunities. So yeah, we created more than enough opportunities to score. So I'm not too concerned. Obviously, 2-1 does look like it's a tight game, but it wasn't really, for being fair. And other than Luton scoring literally in the 3rd minute, they didn't really. They forced Lo Celso, they forced Vicario into 2 decent saves, but other than that, we weren't really troubled. So yeah, but Luton, the thing about that I like about Luton is that they came to play. They yes, they did waste a bit of time, and yes, they did do a few things that you're like, but all in all, they did try and get a result. So fair play to them, man. Fair play to them. So yeah, it's crazy. But just going back off the gate, I thought that Brennan Johnson, rightfully so, was rewarded with the man of the match performance. And I thought he was brilliant, man. In that second half, he was electric. Best player on the pitch. Live, direct, got the ball, always ran at players, caused problems, really good passes, put some good crosses into the box, and ultimately he got the assist for Son. Should have scored as well, but I thought he had a great second half. And yeah, that's what you want your players to do. You want to be at a level where you've got good depth, good rotation, and when these players are coming on, they are making a difference. So shout out to Brennan Johnson. He did really well. And going off the back of that, it's quite interesting because I was looking at all the stats, and I mean, slowly but surely he's creeping up. The numbers are looking good. So I put together basically stats for this season. So as you can see, Brennan Johnson now it's tickering across the screen, so you'll see it basically when it comes to Brennan Johnson's part. But he's got 4 goals, 7 assists in 26 games. So that's 11 GA in 26 games. So he's coming good, man. I do think there's a really good player in there, and even Martin Keown after the game on the match of the day, basically highlights roundup, he said that he feels that Brennan Johnson is a special player, and he's only going to get better. And I feel the same. And I've been saying that to a lot of the people that have been slating him. It's only a second year in the Premier League. His first season was last year when Nottingham Forest got promoted. He then obviously had a big move in the summer. It's taken him a while to adjust and find his feet in a new system, in a new team, larger expectations, price tag on him, etc. But I feel now when he's playing, he is making a difference. He definitely needs to work on his shooting. Hopefully that will come. But I do feel that in terms of his directness and creating chances, he does that. He's an old-fashioned winger, plays on the right-hand side, and obviously just causes problems, gets in behind. He's pacey, can dribble, and I do like him. I like the look of him. I've said this before this game anyway, and hopefully he just continues to prove me right, silence the doubters, and obviously if he performs well, then hopefully Spurs will perform well, and that will help push us across the line for Champions League football. So yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to Son as well. Son, Mr. Reliable, will always get you a goal or assist. His numbers speak for themselves, man. Having a very underrated season, very quietly being brilliant. I mean, he's in 26 games, he's got 23 GA. So I'll repeat that. In 26 games, he's got 23 GA. That is brilliant. 15 goals and 8 assists. The numbers would be even better. I mean, he's missed a month of football because of the Asia Cup. So, yeah, man, Sonny does what Sonny does. And you just got to credit him, man, because he is captain fantastic. He leads, for example, and he's doing his bits and doing his numbers. And also shout out to Lo Celso. He made his 100th appearance on Saturday. I thought he had a really good game. Came in, made a difference, created some good chances. Could have had a couple of assists. Was live, was direct, got on the ball and made things happen. And that's the kind of Lo Celso we want to see. No more injuries, hopefully. Is with us for the rest of the season and helps contribute to, again, get us across that line. Finish as strongly as possible and let's see where that takes us. But I liked him. I thought he looked good. Lo Celso is a player that divides opinion. I do get it. But yeah, if he's on form and fit, he definitely adds to our attacking options. So yeah, shout out to him. 100 appearances. Should have been a lot more, to be fair, but it is what it is. We are where we are. And yeah, let's hope that he does continue to shine in a Spurs shirt. And lastly, as well, talking about the game, you probably noticed that we had a different sponsor on our shirt, or a different logo on our shirt on Saturday, and it's quite a nice touch. Basically, it's a Filipino breast cancer charity. So Spurs were doing a bit to basically promote that company. So yeah, something nice, something different. And again, it's all about helping out, raising awareness, creating awareness. So I respect Spurs for doing that. That was pretty cool. And as you guys know, the Premier League table looks like this. So we sit fifth. Aston Villa annoyingly won on the weekend. You didn't expect them to not win, but at the same time, you're hoping that they do drop points. But yeah, they won their game 2-0. So we were fourth for a couple of for a day for a couple of hours. They played on Saturday as well, didn't they? So yeah, but we sit fifth, 3 points behind Aston Villa. But we do have a game in hand. Our game in hand is against Chelsea. I'm not sure when that is going to be played because they haven't given us a date yet. They keep moving our fixtures. It's annoying. There is a lot going on at the moment. The games are getting crammed in. So, yeah, we sit 3 points behind them. They have +2 on the goal difference. So we need to win our game by at least 2 goals when we do play. And obviously by then, we're hoping that we can pick up some points and they drop points. But it's tight. It's going to go down to the end. Aston Villa are a good team. Annoyingly, they're still doing what they do. Even though we beat them, you can see that they're consistent. So you have to give them their flowers. And then the games, like I said, are coming thick and fast. We have West Ham tomorrow at 8:15. So at the London Stadium. So there's no rest for the wicked, man. So yeah, let's hope that the boys are ready and fit. Let's hope that if Mickey van der Ven is feeling good, that he starts on tomorrow with our partner in Romero. And let's hope that the boys can bring it home, man. I'm going to just quickly go into my West Ham preview in terms of what I think about them and where I feel that, the game will be won and lost. Let me get this out of the way. 1 sec. So, yeah, with West Ham, I mean, obviously, like I said before, we're fifth. They sit seventh. They lost their game. It was quite weird because they went 3-1 up against Newcastle. So you probably thought the game was in the bag. And they ended up losing 4-3. They capitulated. They gave away 2 penalties and they didn't have that cutting edge on the day. But they do have a few very dangerous players that we need to watch out for. Jared Bowen, Paquetá, Mohamed Kudus, and I would also put James Ward-Prowse in that bracket as well. He may have gone off the boil recently, but he's still a quality player. And when you look at his stats this season, they show that, they reiterate that. 5 goals and 7 assists for James Ward-Prowse. Mohamed Kudus has been looking really good recently. He's got 7 goals and 4 assists for them. Paquetá, always very classy on the ball, can make something happen out of nothing. Great dribbler, he's got that Brazilian flair to him. And yeah, he's somebody that can cause problems. He's got 3 goals and 6 assists. And for me, Jared Bowen has been their star man. He's been brilliant this season. Really cemented himself in the England squad now. Very dangerous. Annoyingly got a goal against us when we played them earlier on at our ground. And he's got 15 goals and 4 assists. So, he's got the same amount of goals as Son, just to put that into context. So he's having a brilliant season. Very good player. Humble guy, nice guy as well. So, yeah, we've got to be on our P's and Q's tomorrow because they will definitely be looking to re-avenge their loss on the weekend. And obviously as well, get one over on us. It's a London derby. They'll be up for it. And annoyingly, very frustratingly, we played them off the park when we played them in December. I think it was Saturday the 7th of December, something around that And yeah, we lost 2-1 after absolutely blitzing them in the second half. Should have been a couple of goals to the good up at half time. We weren't. And in the Premier League, if you don't take your chances, that old adage that can come back to haunt you, and it did. And we ended up losing 2-1 in the game. I don't know how we lost. I think we had 75% possession in that game, 6 shots on target, and we ended up losing. Mental. But it just goes to show you got to take your chances if you want to win, you know, and get the job done. So hopefully we can win tomorrow. We need to win. Obviously, we need as many points as possible in the bag to secure Champions League football, finish the table as high up as possible. And yeah, just how, you know, the whole Champions League football is great. I do want us to finish as high up as possible, which means Champions League football. But it's not just about Champions League. If you're not gonna then reinvest and make sure you get better in the summer, what's the point? So and I think Andrew's been saying all the right things when it comes to stuff like that, which is what I agree with as well. I just don't see the point of constantly aiming for Champions League football if you're just going to be an also ran and someone that's just in there just to make up numbers. I want us to see, I want to see us compete on all levels next year. I want to see us compete in the Champions League, compete in both of the League Cups, and obviously compete in the league. Do better than we're doing okay in the Premier League. Don't get me wrong. For where we were last year to where we are now, if we can finish strong, it would be a very good season. We finished 8th last year. So, you know, to put into context, there were a lot of teams that were better than us. So if we can finish 4th this season, that is a good, very good first season for Ange under his belt. And then hopefully Daniel Levy will invest in some quality players so we can really push on again next year. So, you know, I don't just want to see us finish 4th and rest in our laurels. Otherwise, you just go around in the merry-go-round of the same old stuff and it gets a bit boring if you're not trying to really win trophies and compete and push on. So, yeah, but we're in a good position. It was a good win against Luton. Like I said, in the end, quite comfortable. 2-1. You know, annoying that we conceded the way we did. But then after that, we didn't really, our goal didn't really come under threat. Need to score more goals because obviously goal difference will play a massive part in this run-in. Should have had a few more on the weekend, but hopefully we can get our shooting boots on and do what we did against Aston Villa. It's been like I said before the Villa game, it's been a while since we had battered the team and won by a good, comfortable margin. We did that against Villa, and then since then, you know, we lost and then we won by a 1-goal margin. I want to see winning games by 3s and 4s. But yeah, you know, you take it as they come right now at this stage of the season. But also, if I'm being a bit picky and choosy, that's what I'd ask for. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. You can catch me on Last Word on Spurs this week. I'll be on there twice. Tomorrow after the West Ham game, and then I think I'll also be previewing the Nottingham Forest game on Thursday. I'll probably jump on the Football Terrace at some point this week. And then also I'll be on Saeed's Best of the Rest tomorrow around about 5:30 just to wrap up this weekend's fixtures and talk about the games that are coming up. So yeah, my name's Patrick Tyrant. Hit that like and that share button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Leave some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think of the pod. Let me know what you think about Spurs, or if you're a fan, you know, tuning in from another team, let me know who you support and how you feel the season's going to end. Who bags 4th in your opinion? Will it be Spurs? Will it be Villa? Who do you think is going to win the league? It's been some very obviously interesting games and there's some big games coming up. So yeah, just let me know your thoughts on your team and how you feel Spurs are doing and what you think is going to happen from now to the rest of the season. But yeah, take care. God bless. Take it easy. Like I said earlier, if you can help somebody, please do so. You know, it's a short life, but it's a beautiful one. And obviously, if we can all help each other, work together, be kind and be decent, then it just makes things a lot nicer and easier for everyone. But yeah, my name's Patrick Tyrant, signing out. Take care. God bless. And I will catch you all soon. All right, cool.